What's up, Fin Nation? In today's episode, we're going to cover yesterday's day 17 of Miami Dolphins Training Camp before they have a joint practice with the Detroit Lions on Thursday, day 18 of training camp. But let's cover day 17 of training camp. First off, I'm going to go ahead and read to you some news and notes from practice yesterday, and then we'll go ahead and get into some pressers from Matthew Judon, Patrick Paul, Jock Jones, Grayson Murphy, and the last one escapes me, but we'll get into some pressers. But let's get started, and let me read you some news and notes from practice yesterday. And this was from David Feronis from the Sun Sentinel. The Miami Dolphins held their first inter-squad practice of training camp Wednesday before they faced the Jacksonville Jaguars in a joint practice on Thursday, ahead of their Saturday's preseason finale at Hard Rock Stadium. It was a session dominated by the Dolphins defense, which is particularly encouraging considering the cornerbacks, which have looked like a trouble concerning group, had a very good day of work. On the other side of that, it was quarterback Tua Tagovailoa's worst practice against the Dolphins defense, probably only outdone by his joint practice against the Chicago Bears on August the 8th, and the first of two joint practice sessions with the Detroit Lions. It was Matthew Judon's practice debut with the Dolphins, and he was seen wearing his number 8 jersey after initially being listed on the online roster Wednesday morning as number 91. Judon had an exceptional first day. He had back-to-back plays where he beat a tackle for a practice sack. One of them would have been a strip sack. He also had a strong rep in pass coverage in team drills and was seen setting the edge effectively against the run. Fellow outside linebacker Chop Robinson also had himself a day. He had back-to-back plays with a sack and then a tip ball on a shallow throw to the outside. Tight end Darren Waller had his first practice with his new team after coming out of retirement and being lifted off the physically unable to perform list ahead of Wednesday's drills. Waller did not participate in team drills, though. The orange jersey player at Wednesday's practice was center Aaron Brewer. On the first play of 11-on-11 action, Tua Tagovailoa underthrew a deep ball to wide receiver Jalen Waddle. Cornerback Jack Jones nearly intercepted it, but Waddle broke it up from behind. The throw of the day was made by quarterback Quinn Ewers to A.J. Herring on a deep corner, beating safety John Saunders Jr. on a play. Outside linebacker Derek McLennan had a play where he got to quarterback Zach Wilson with the play allowed to continue. Wilson threw a high target who had it ricochet off his hands and ended up in safety Elijah Campbell's hands. Cornerback Jason Marshall had an impressive pass breakup against Waddle in the end zone on a pass. Tagovailoa lofted it a bit under duress. Miami coaches like how physical Marshall plays down by the goal line. Shortly thereafter, Tagovailoa was intercepted, throwing to wide receiver Nick Westbrook. View of the play was obstructed by a tent, but words is Jones tipped the ball, allowing cornerback Storm Duck to intercept the pass. In online defensive line one-on-ones, McLennan left tackle Jalen McKenzie in the dust with the outside in move. Offensive tackle Patrick Paul was seen locking up Chubb on a rep. Outside linebacker Mo Kamara had a pass rush win off the edge. Defensive tackle Ben Stiller had a great pass bat down at the line of scrimmage in a red zone period. Outside linebacker Bradley Chubb set the edge nicely, turning an outside run inside to the rest of the defenders. Defensive tackle Matt Matthew Butler appeared to get through for a sack in a situational drill, but the play was allowed to proceed for a pitch and catch that got Miami's offense inside the 10-yard line. Wilson had a fumble exchange on a handoff with running back Ollie Gordon. Ewers had a mishap snap. Defensive tackle Kenneth Grant was not seen with the rest of the defensive linemen at Wednesday's practice. Defensive tackle Zeke Biggers appeared at his right arm, but he continued to practice with his arm dangling. Defensive tackle Benito Jones and outside linebacker Grayson Murphy also had plays where they appeared either slow to get up or hobbled, but they were fine taking snaps later. Wide receiver Tyreek Hill was not practicing, but got passes on the side of drills with a helmet on. Kamara and the fullback Alec Ingold have progressed through concussion protocol to rid themselves of their red jerseys, but linebacker Daquan Jackson was in a red jersey Wednesday. Others not practicing: Devon Achane, tackle Austin Jackson, safety Ashton Davis, cornerback Kendall Sheffield, cornerback Ethan Bonner, safety Dante Trader Jr., center Andrew Myers, offensive line Addison West, tackle Brian Matos. Jackson was seen with a boot on his left foot. Andrew Myers, Addison West, Brian Matos, Jackson were seen with a boot on their left foot. Myers had a brace on his elbow. Offensive tackle Keon Smith was with the team at the start of practice, but he did not do any team drills. Stock up. Cornerback Jack Jones and Jason Marshall are coming along strong at the right time between Wednesday's practice and their efforts in the preseason game at Detroit, as preseason cornerback competition will soon conclude for the unit in need of players to step up. Jones and Marshall are hot during an ideal juncture of practice with the roster cuts coming Tuesday. Stock down. Tagovailoa had a down day, but that probably means he'll have a bounce back effort against an opponent when he faces the Jaguars at Dolphins headquarters Thursday. Wilson also had a rough outing. Also of note, it's peculiar how nickel cornerback Mike Hilton barely sees any practice reps, and when he does, it comes on lower units. That said, defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver said him sitting on Saturday's exhibition was because the team knows what they have in them. All right, Finstock Nation. Now let's get started with the pressers, with the first one being Matthew Judon.
It's just a good opportunity, a good situation. Even though they got a lot of edge rushers. They got really good edge rushers, though. We just saw a fit, and Coach Mike, Chris, and so everybody, it just worked out.
It's been a little bit of a whirlwind since coming down. I know you posted some nice Miami views. You got that. What has it been like just in the facility working with the team?
It's been all right. You know, I got a little bit of views, but mostly it's about the work. It ain't about, kind of coming down here and enjoying myself and relaxing. I had enough time while everybody was at camp to relax and view. So it's about the work I put in and coming in here and hurrying up and getting acclimated with the system, learning kind of the locker room traditions and the culture that they building around here, and kind of just figuring out where I'm going to be, how I'm going to be, and how I'm going to play.
You seem to impress going right into team drills day one. What'd you like about what you did out there today?
We gotta watch it. But it felt good. It felt good just to have cleats and a jersey back on. So I was happy about that. So that was the most impressive stuff. And just shout out to the organization. Whole Miami Dolphins culture. Everybody here. They made it easy. It was more welcoming than anything. And so, just from going out to practice for the first time in a very long time, they made it easy for me and comfortable, especially Coach Crow.
How does your experience in those Baltimore and New England defenses translate to what they do here in Miami?
I think more Baltimore than New England, but I think New England just helps me with the kind of division. I'm comfortable in it, comfortable in the division, familiar with how we playing. Appreciate it. But I think everywhere is different and every year is different. So it's gonna be a week to week thing. I can't just say I'm gonna be good just because I played in the system before.
Matthew, sometimes when guys come into camp late, they feel like they have to make some splash plays, but I'm wondering if it's different for you because you've got a body of work in this league. So tell me about that balance. What's your approach out here?
I think I kind of got to follow the lead of the guys that have been here, man. JP and Chubb, they also have a body of work that they've been put on tape. So from afar, I've been watching those guys, and we kind of know each other off the field as well. And so I think that's a big thing. I don't have to come in here and be the guy right away. Like I can let them guys go out and do what they do, and I can just plug and play. And however they see me fit, or however they see us all four working together, especially Chop, he coming into his own, and I'm not here to step on no toes or nothing like that. But however they see me playing, so that's gonna be a week to week thing. But it's never a bad thing to have more than one rusher.
Tell me about the potential. Sorry, Isaiah. Tell me about the potential of you guys as a foursome and the greater group of edge rushers. How can you influence a game, change a game? What can you do to quarterbacks, the offensive line? Tell me about that.
For sure, you can't win a game playing nobody, and if you got to chip both ends, that's great for us. And then we have a guy in Sealer that can go and get it himself. And so the inside, outside is gonna help. So we just got to see how every week pan out. Untapped potential. You can talk about it. It can look good on paper, but right now we got to go out there and put the work in. Everybody collectively, and then got to understand how we all rush together. So I rush with Sealer a little bit, and we kind of speak the same language from where we're from, our background. And so he's made it easy for me, and he's just kind of talking to me. And as we go, even though we're not in the same room, he showing me more ropes and just talking, because he a big talker, big communicator, and so it's making it easy for me.
Were you able to secure from the equipment staff both aqua and orange sleeves, so you had an option?
Yeah, man. I'm always gonna have sleeves on, y'all. It ain't really nothing bad on my arms. I just try to stay out the elements and stay out the sun. I don't wear sunscreen, so there's my sunscreen.
You're gonna see some kids trying to copy you now.
Yeah. I mean, as long as I'm a good influence, man.
Can I ask, why is it that you're signing so late in camp? What went into your decision about picking a team, employment, getting contracts? Why 2 weeks before the regular season?
As you will find out in this league, it ain't really about the players, it's about the organization. And so organization has to see want and see fit for you. And so I could have wanted to sign 7 weeks ago during free agent, when I was a unrestricted free agent. I could have wanted to sign in, but it ain't up to me. So just a team, which was the Dolphins, saw fit and saw that I could come make their team better, and that's what I'm here to do. So a lot of this ain't about me. It ain't about me. It's like I said, the organization seeing that I could help them, and that's all I'm here to do.
You mentioned your relationship with JP, with Chubb. What was something that you didn't necessarily know until getting on the field with him?
I'm a student of the game, so that's more off the field stuff I ain't know. But on the field, you see the work that they put in, and you understand what it takes to be that good, to be that dominant. And so both of them are good in a run. Both of them cause havoc. Both of them can get to the quarterback at a high rate. And so right now I'm just getting to see their work ethic that nobody get to see, and besides kind of y'all and the coaches at practice. So that's what I'm really getting to see.
Marcel, you said, I don't know if I've ever heard of this before, but you played the Ravens, you'll play the Patriots, you'll play the Falcons this year, all your former teams. Does stuff like that matter at all to you?
Nah, hell nah. I know them guys, and after the game, we cool, but but before then, it's up, and so that's kind of what it really is. But I have tremendous respect for anybody and everybody I play with and play for. The NFL isn't hard to continue to have success. And you see a lot of the turnover, so it's always good to see them friends that I played with, or like Zach Orr, Anthony Levine, Sticks, like the equipment managers and all that stuff. It's always love, but before the game.
All right, basically they asked about Matthew Judon, why he signed so late, what took him so long, and how he compares the defense, and which defense this defense looks like compared to teams in the past. Okay, guys, now we're going to go ahead and listen to Patrick Paul.
Patrick, we never asked you about working out with your brother and things like that. I know Liam has a brother, Grayson has a brother in the league.
Yeah.
What is it like? Do you guys work out? Do you talk? Do you evaluate? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, we definitely talk a lot. As far as working out, I work out here. I train here in the off season. He's in Dallas with Duke, so different sides. We do different programs, but we still get together when we have off time and we're free. Yeah.
And do you guys compare notes? And I had a good day. What did I need to work on this? Or what is? Can you elaborate on anything that you guys talk about without giving away secrets?
Okay, that's a great question. Okay. Honestly, we'll just talk about like performances, like how you think that you're doing. Not like so much technique. We do two different things. As far as their scheme and how they are with their techniques and stuff. So I can't really talk about that. But
do you talk personnel, who you go against, and what guys do well?
In a way, yeah. But yeah, just watching from a distance most times when it comes to his side of football. Just watching, observing.
Mr. Paul, were you introduced to Mr. Judon, and your first impressions of seeing that big guy out there?
I didn't see him out there today, but it's good that we got him. And I talked to him this morning. He seems like a great guy.
Patrick, let me ask you the same question I asked KJ. What's the best off-the-field story from the road trip you just guys completed that you can share with us?
Ooh. Best off-the-field one. Honestly, we went to the museum, me, Tua, and A.B. Brewer, and that was really cool. Just seeing all the cars and stuff, the evolution of the cars, and I don't know, it was awesome. Like, they had like every single car that's ever been made. So if you like cars and that type of stuff, it's kind of cool to see. They had all the models. I was like, geez, this is insane. Giant museum, so that was a lot of fun.
You're a big car guy?
I guess so. I didn't even know I was. But I'm just there like, whoa, this car. It was good.
Now we're at the stage of camp where I think some vets would say it's like kind of the grind and you get ready for the season, hoping that it just kind of goes past this time of year.
Yeah.
What do you do to stay motivated for this late part of camp and keep yourself locked in?
That's a great question. I think, honestly, just remembering the goal and knowing that each day you got to get after it. Knowing what it took to get here always helps. If you look back to your past, that'll always motivate you. So just knowing that you got to come in every day and compete regardless of how you feel. And yeah.
ESPN's preseason offensive line ranking has the Dolphins 30th at 32. Does that surprise you?
As far as rankings, I don't really look into those. I kind of stay off of that. But, it's just something that's, I wouldn't even say fuel to the fire, but, we're going to prove those wrong. If they have us there, we're going to prove them wrong, and that's what we do.
Patrick, anything you've noticed about your front seven, speed, quickness, pass rush, aggression against the run? What stands out about that group to you?
The ones that we have out there?
Your starters.
They're relentless. They're a group that works together in unison, and they're relentless. I mean, they get after it each day, and it's been really fun this entire camp going against them each and every single day. So I'm so proud of those guys, and I can't keep waiting to go against them.
What did you take away from your time in Detroit?
Ooh, I'm gonna just talk about the whole 11-day thing because it was all together. Honestly, Chicago was good. Chicago, I'd say, had a better city. It was like you're in there, we're in downtown. It's nice. You see a lot of history and stuff. Detroit, we were in Troy, so as far as the place, it was kind of like, it was like, But as far as like their competition, their team, it was fun. It's always fun joint practicing against another team, and they have some elite guys over there, so it was fun getting to put my hands on them. So.
You mentioned you talked to Judon this morning. Can you share what you guys talked about?
All right, guys. Basically, I asked him about if he communicates with his brother during the season, how the road trip went, what he liked about the road trip, and what he liked about both cities. That's what he basically talked about. Now we're going to go in and Chaplin, me with the media running back, Aaron Chaplin.
How did you end up choosing Harvard coming out of high school?
Yeah, I had other offers at the time, but when my academic advisor, Coach Kim at Long Beach Poly, she told me I had the grades to go to Ivy League, so she reached out to the Ivy League schools, and then Harvard ended up giving me an offer, and then when I took my official visit, I loved it. So me and my parents, we thought it was the best decision.
So I got to ask you about this, the fact that Mike McDaniel went to Yale. Has there been any conversation between the two of you about that?
No, everybody around here just calls me Harvard, so I mean that's kind of like the thing. And there's a lot of other guys in the team that has been to Ivy Leagues too. I mean, there's a few other guys that grad transferred from Ivy, so it's interesting. Like I played against these guys in college, and we're on the same team. So. Oh,
sure. So the you end up here, but then there was a point. Correct me if I'm wrong. You were teaching. Is that correct?
Yeah. So after my second year in the league, that whole season I wasn't on the team. So I became a substitute teacher to pass the time. It's like the best job for me to be able to train, work out, make my own hours, and then also be able to help inner city kids at a public school and middle school. So I mean, it was a great opportunity to be able to, try to help give back in ways that I can with my knowledge and what's important to help hopefully some of them achieve what I've been able to achieve. So
you said inner city middle school. Whereabouts was it?
It was in Long Beach.
In Long Beach.
Yeah.
Okay. And, I mean, any stories stand out? Any kids? Anything that you remember very vividly from that time that you can share?
The kids were great. I mean, I was mainly with the sixth graders, sixth grade math class, and then I had a few times that I had to teach the eighth grade math class. And I mean, the kids, I don't know why they gravitated towards me. It was like a great experience. Especially the trouble ones, I guess, were like the best thing, because I mean, like I'll walk around and I see them not in class, and they'll see me and they'll know to go back to class, which was always a good thing because I felt like I was positively impacting them without having to really do much just for them seeing me. And then once they found out that I was signed with the Steelers at the time, then like it was so much easier to help me navigate while I was there. Yeah.
And so they found out you signed with the Steelers, but did they know your background and that you were pursuing that football dream while you were there?
Well, I didn't tell anybody really. So like I didn't even tell the staff. There was actually one staff member there that knows me personally that knew, and then like once he like told somebody, then like how you tell one person and it's not a secret anymore. So then the kids ended up finding out, which was, I mean, honestly, it was great. I mean, I feel like when I was a kid, if I had somebody there at the school that was pursuing a dream I wanted to pursue, I would definitely listen to them much more too. So yeah.
Well, and obviously you're going to keep pushing this football thing as long as you can.
For sure.
Is teaching education something you might get back into, or what would come next?
My mom is actually a teacher. She teaches visually impaired students in middle school. So she was the one who really was like, hey, this is a good way for you to give back. That's not necessarily just throwing money at people, It's like actually being around them and hopefully mentoring. So giving back is like one of my big things that I've been trying to figure out where I can do that at, and what avenue I want to go to so I could be more hands-on. So I wouldn't say necessarily teaching, but being around kids and hopefully, especially middle school age, I feel like that's where a lot of our habits and our good and bad habits are built. So yeah, hopefully getting back to doing some stuff with that age group, not necessarily teaching though, probably, but we'll see. Yeah.
Appreciate you. When you come in this late to camp to a team, is it hard not to put pressure on yourself to make the 53? I mean, you might not know the offense.
For sure.
Do you feel I've got to make something happen as soon as I get in?
For sure. I think that was part of one of my problems being in the league. I've always put that pressure on myself to like, I need to know everything. I'm the hard guy. I'm a smart guy. And then I haven't played my best. So this time around, honestly, I've kind of just been like, I'm just going to have fun with it. Whatever happens is supposed to happen. God's going to do what he's going to do. So honestly, like I practice, like even if I make a mistake, it's like, well, I made a mistake, but I'm over here. I'm just running. I'm out here being me. And honestly, I feel like that gave me the freedom last game to just, perform how I did. Obviously you got areas to work on, but I think just playing free is my main thing. Because, if this is it for me, at least I go out being me and not, trying to be so perfect and missing the fun in it, I guess. Yeah.
How much do you read into your performance last game? Is it, great, or is it, it's just one day? Tell me about that.
Oh, yeah. Even when the play happened, it was just kind of like, it's like it's a play. I mean, it's a game, and then once that game is over with, you move on to the next day. I mean, harping on yesterday's news is not going to help me elevate, you know. In the moment, it was like great to feel like get that weight off my chest. Like, all right, cool. Like I'm back in the groove of things, but you know, I still got a whole playbook to learn. You know, I don't have much time to like show what I could do, but yeah, I don't even think about last week. I mean, I'm thinking about, you know, Saturday. So
what's the key to staying focused amid all the distractions after seeing the playoffs? What's the key to staying focused on what's happening between the lines?
you can't control any of that. I mean, one of my coaches last year, Coach Falk, told me that, like, you know, not everybody's going to buy what you're selling. So for me, him telling me that made me really hone in on, like, I can't control what they're going to do. I can't control if they like what I have to offer. But at the end of the day, that's not going to take away from me. And I can't make them like me, you know? So I just got to go out there, do what I could do, show what I can show. And if they like it, cool. And if they don't, it's all right, you know? Keep it pushing this life, you know? There's hard things going on, so. Yeah.
That's a good worldly point of view, actually. Tell me about when you're out here. I mean, do you buy into the I'm putting stuff on film for all 32? Detroit saw what I can do. Jacksonville will see what I can do. Do you think of that kind of view of the NFL?
I mean, I know that that's the reality of the things. So, you know, any film you put out there, everybody else is going to look. So that obviously, like, puts in a part, gives you confidence. My agent helps me, like, get confidence in that too. But, I mean, I'm not thinking about that, to be honest, you know. Like I said, this time around, all I've been thinking about is just having fun. So.
All right, they asked running back Aaron Champlin what he did during his time off when he wasn't actively with the team, how he feels or how he looks at the NFL journey now that he understands it, and is it a big deal that he got to the Dolphins kind of late during training camp? And he answers all those questions. Basically, we'll see what happens. I don't think he'll make the roster. I think we'll have 4 running backs, but I don't think he'll make the roster based on his past production in the NFL. Now we're going to listen to outside linebacker Grayson Murphy speak to the media.
Since last time I saw you, the team has added Matthew Judon. What do you think of getting to work with him and just in addition to the outside linebacker edge rusher units?
Yeah, man, that's a 10-year vet. Some guy that's seen all the sets that a tackle's going to give you, something seen, you know, every situation in the game. So to learn from him is going to be amazing. You know what I'm saying? Always been a big fan of him, the way he plays, you know, the effort that he shows. And so I'm just excited to be on the same team as him now.
Obviously, last camp you suffered the injury. I believe it was the exhibition season. Didn't get much of an opportunity to show that kept you around. This camp, you 2 sacks, pretty impressive. How would you evaluate your performance so far?
I mean, first I got to give it to the Lord, man. Just last year coming off that injury, it brought me back even stronger this year, able to you know, show that I can play. You know, I feel like I've done a lot of good things. Feel like I put a lot of good tape out. The first game against Chicago really wasn't my best in terms of just how I wanted to perform. That was my first game back in 2 years, man. So I feel like I kind of cleaned it up that Detroit game, and that was you know, the real Grayson Murphy that y'all saw in that Detroit game.
I noticed that you've been on different special teams units, been moving around. What do you think you can contribute on that side of the ball?
I can contribute whatever the team needs me to do. You know what I'm saying? I think someone was telling me the other day, I think I've outsnapped everybody on the team at special teams. And, you know, I take pride in that. You know, anything to help the team, you know, I'm willing to do.
How big is that at this point, where roster cuts are on Tuesday, you got 1 preseason game left, and you know Craig Ackerman is going to have a big say in who makes this roster?
Yeah, I mean, that's big. You know what I'm saying? It's big. You know, I've definitely shown that I can rush the passer, but, you know, showing that I can do other things besides that is always a plus.
What is the nerves like when you're at this point of training camp and you guys know the cuts are coming?
Yeah, I wouldn't say my nerves are high at all. You know what I'm saying? I know what I've done on that field. I know what I put on film. And, you know, that speaks for itself. So I feel pretty confident in my situation. And, you know, everything happens for the reason. I feel like the good Lord has his hands on me. So, you know, I'm confident in him and believe and trust in him.
All right, but Grayson Murphy, they asked him about his injury last year, how he feels about the cuts coming on Tuesday, and how he feels he's done in training and this year's training camp. Now we're going to listen to KJ Britt.
KJ, what are these times like? You got 1 preseason game left. Just a lot of guys that you're working with. By Tuesday, they might not be there.
No, you just got to take it one day at a time. Because you just never know in this league. You know, some guys you think might not be there, and they'll be here. So just one day at a time, just like Coach said, you can't think about the future. I mean, you got to think about one day at a time because it's hard enough as is. So I'm just happy to go out here today on this Wednesday and just practice.
What do you feel the team accomplished during this?
I don't even know what day it is. Training camp. Today Wednesday. Okay. I've been in training camp. So.
What do you feel the team was able to accomplish during the Midwest trip?
Oh man, we got so close. Just all the time we spent, 11 days on the road. That's a long time, but we just had a good time. All the guys got together every night. A lot of guys got together, played cards. We just did a lot of stuff that it took us back to when we were younger. Because a lot of us got a lot of stuff in common. Just. When you get in the building, it's just ball, and you get off work and you go home. But when we got off work, we didn't want no families around, so we just hung out. And it was real good, real impactful. I enjoyed it. Got to spend a lot of time with everybody and just, really got to know everybody. And then we just, like I said, we just had fun.
Quick follow-up, what's the best off-the-field story from that trip you can share?
Probably we was having we had some good ones. The bus rides was fun. We had a lot of rookies getting up, singing, entertaining because the bus rides was far. I don't know if y'all know, but in Chicago, everything was an hour. So we had a lot of entertainment. Then we had spades, played a lot of spades. We ate together, especially the night after the Chicago game. Coach pushed the curfew back real late. But didn't nobody go nowhere. We just went downstairs in the lobby, and man, we just hung out, and we just had a good time. I mean, it was fun listening to music. We sung a lot of songs together. I mean, like I said, we were just doing stuff that we wouldn't normally do if we were here.
I think it was Nick saying that Jordan Brooks was playing a trivia game. Host, you guys doing football trivia?
Man, yeah, we was doing all type of stuff, man. I'm talking about. I mean, because like I said, we're trying to keep each other entertained. If you thought about how long it was, you probably start again. But we always try to have entertainment, self-entertainment, because it was fun.
You mentioned singing.
Time for a few more guys.
Did anybody's singing ability or lack thereof stand out to you?
Yeah, I think Jordan Phillips. He sung the same song for I think 10 different times. I mean, we got tired of listening to that song, but he sung it with all his might. So we got some really good singers on the team. Willie Gay could sing pretty good. Jordan Brooks, he liked to sing. Then how Jonah could sing really good too. The rookie, yeah, he really could sing, and he's talented too on the piano. I mean, because he played the piano too a lot in Chicago. But man, like I said, we did a lot.
KJ, what was it like to see Waller out there finally? And were you waiting for it as much as everyone else?
Man, I was. I looked at him. I said, man, I ain't know who number 83 was, man. But it was good to see him out there. He's my locker mate, so we talk all the time. But he told me this morning, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna suit up today. And I was like, man, I can't wait to see you out there. But it was just good to see him out there.
All right, guys. They asked him about the trip, what they did to entertain themselves on the trip, how he feels about Tuesday being cut day, and how he feels that a lot of these players are not going to be around, and what they did to entertain themselves on the trip, and what he spoke to. Did he see Waller getting dressed today, and if he speaks to Darren Waller a lot? And he told him that he's basically their locker mate. So yes, he was able to see him and speak to him on Wednesday, and basically he's excited for him to start getting involved in practice. Now the last one we're gonna listen to, and then I'll give you my final thoughts, is cornerback Jack Jones.
How's it feel being back home now?
Oh, man, it felt good. That 10-day trip, you thought it was short, think about it, but it was pretty long. It felt good to be back out here in Miami.
So I know you and Amara have history going back to high school. Just what was it like to get that opportunity?
It was good, man. I knew it was going to be, the best work out there possible. You know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all seen the tape. He cooked me, man. But, I got better from that, and I'm learning the technique that I'm not used to doing. So, he made me better. So, if anything, I'd rather it be him than anyone else.
What's the difference in the technique that you're doing now?
I'm just I would like to consider myself an off corner, but coming here, they just pretty much change it all around, and I'm pressed all the time. I got to get up in your guy's face. Just learning different techniques, different tricks to help me get myself in the right position.
between that and the competition of the room, because they talk about moving guys to the ones and twos and getting you guys plenty of work. What has the month been like in terms of making your game better here with the Dolphins?
It's been amazing, man. Shout out to Coach Rule and Coach Shed. You know, them boys been locking in and helping me get right. You know what I'm saying? Helping me get 1% better every day. You know, that's the goal, just to 1% every day, and you know, see what it looked like at the end of the season.
Jack, tell me about your work at the line of scrimmage, because you appear to me to be the most aggressive cornerback at the line. Against Detroit, you were really putting hands on guys.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable with it? What do you need to learn? And tell me about that process.
I'm getting comfortable with it. You know, the first couple of days, man, if you would have seen me, you know, it looked like a high schooler out here, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, from where I was to where I am now, you know, it's a big jump. But the thing that I've been working on and I need to keep improving is my feet and trusting the technique, because when I don't trust the technique and I just go out there and be an athlete, you know, then that's when I lose reps, and you know, and that's when it looks bad and you get the Amon-Ra reps. But when I play the technique and I shoot my hands when I'm supposed to, I take the steps when I'm supposed to, you know, it's pretty good.
What's tougher, hands or feet?
I would say the feet is tougher, because you got to move your feet first and then the hands. So, I mean, you might not even have to use your hands at the line. You could just use your feet to stand front.
I always hear in every sport you play defense with your feet.
Yeah.
What happened on that? I believe you got an interception on that one of those last plays. We couldn't really see because of the tent right there. Can you just walk us through what happened?
It was just a PBU. Man, I don't know. It was nothing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, good play, but at practice, man, I got just getting better. I'm worried about my on the line versus the ball in the air.
So hold on, y'all didn't pull it down?
I'm not sure. I just made the PBU. I'm hearing we did, but I'm not for sure.
All right. You got what? It's 2-3 weeks until the regular season starts. You've been here for, I think it's a little less than a month now.
Yeah.
It's hard. You feel like if they told you come week one, we want you, you're lining up, you're starting, you feel comfortable enough in this defense to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be ready week one.
Feel like there's anything else that you got to refine on, or I mean, if the season started tomorrow, you'd be good?
Season start tomorrow, I'll be good, but I mean, there's always things to work on, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a perfect player. There's no perfect player out here. I mean, when you step on that field, sometimes ball just take over, instincts take over, and, you know, you got something to learn from it. So, I mean, every day is a learning day, but now if the season started today, I'll be ready.
Jack, early in practice, it looked like you almost jumped to a pass and went up to him after the fact and talked to him.
Yeah.
Just curious what happened there.
No, I was just letting him know. I don't know. I might have made that play. Yeah, I might have made that play. He was like, I don't know, brother. So, I mean, it was just, you know, competitive talk, good talk.
Jack, is there anything you notice about playing with this front seven that the Dolphins have? Do they help you out more than others you played with? I'm not asking you to dog anybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, have you noticed anything?
I think we have a really good group of D linemen, but to be honest, man, them guys gonna make their plays, you know, and when they make their plays, for the most part, if we're not in the zone or cover two, then I probably won't even see it, you know, because I'm locked in on my assignment, and we'll just talk about it at the end of the play, end of the drive. So, but now we got a really good group of D linemen. You guys know that. You guys can see that. But, you know, we'll see what it's like during the season.
What's your thoughts on the addition of Matthew Judon and the idea that this pass rush can obviously help the corners out?
I think we already had an elite pass rush. Adding him made us even more elite, you know what I'm saying, because he's a guy who can at least get 5 sacks in a season. That's, you know, at least. So, I mean, I think it really helps us out, but like I said, we just got to wait till the season and see how it goes.
You keep up with ASU football at all?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on Kenny?
On Kenny?
Yeah.
I mean, I love him. I think he a great coach. You know, I always go up there and train with him off season, train with the strength staff, Coach Joe, CC. So I'm around a little bit, but nah, I think what he's doing up there is great, and you can see it. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole culture change. And one thing I will say is, you know, he's actually like connected with the players. You know, I went up there and he was in the weight room just hanging out, you know, dapping guys up, chilling around, you know, and when you got a coach like that you feel like you can connect with, it make you go a little bit harder for him.
All right, guys. Basically, they talked to him about the trip, about what he's learned with these coaches and what is different from playing press to playing back. And they told him, one reporter told him that he's seems to be the most aggressive cornerback that they currently have. Leave me your thoughts down below. What you think of the 17 of training camp? And fins up. And like always, stay positive, stay on your grind, and go Dolphins.